questions. We'll give you our opinions. Tell us your stories. We'll give you our opinions. Read us from your diary. We'll give you our opinions. It's in my homosexual opinion. IMHO. The podcast. Hello, everyone. Welcome to IMHO, the podcast. That's Darby over there.
Hi, I'm Darby.
And I'm Alexis. And joining us today is a very special guest, very funny person. It's Vinny Thomas.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
I'm looking at myself in that little camera right now. I have never looked smaller. I look so petite.
You're petite.
Yeah.
I knew you were a short king because I've seen you before. But how tall are you?
How tall am I? I think 5'8".
Love.
That's tough.
Love. I just realized.
You could be a Jonas.
I just
You'd be the
realized.
tallest Jonas brother.
I could be a Jonas, but only because I'm a little bit evangelical.
Ooh,
Oh, good. We
Speaking
have a lot
of
in common.
evangelical, I just relearned this past weekend. Did you know Charles Manson was only like 5'2"?
I believe that. I think anyone who's that, when I think of a cult leader, I don't think tall, you know?
No.
Because I think the kind of pull you have to have, the kind of charm can't come from looking up. Like people have to eye level or look down. You know what I mean?
Which is ironic because they all make their cult followers play volleyball, which is famously not a good sport for shorties.
Wait, what?
Oh, what?
If you're in a cult, they make you play volleyball and they starve you.
What are you talking about?
Obsessed with you looking
Oh,
at me.
you're talking about NXIVM. You're talking about NXIVM?
Oh,
Yeah, that's what Charles Manson.
No, that was a different guy. Keith Haring. No?
No.
Close, but he was a big fan of Keith Haring's work.
Vinny, whose artwork do you love?
I love the artwork of...
Say it.
Say it?
Say it.
It could be anyone.
Say it.
Who's the guy who did the pile of candy on the ground?
Yes.
Oh, Walt Whitman.
Yeah.
George W. Bush.
Okay.
Now, I want to say just really quickly, you may have noticed, viewers, that, and if you're listening to this and you're in your car, just speed up. You may have noticed that Vinny and I are both very youthful, very young.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm wearing this is actually something, as soon as Vinny walked in, he was like, he was like, oh my God, I love that outfit. It's so young. And I said, no cap. And so I'm just going to be relating to Vinny on a cellular level, almost, you could say.
Yeah.
That's what the kids are saying
Yeah,
today.
that's
We're
the
really into
first thing I did
cells.
when I walked in. I said, he, him, that's so young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He, him, that's
And
so
I'm
young.
wearing a vest. I put these buttons on today. Look at them.
Were they, and where were they before?
She made the vest.
I made the vest.
Oh.
And I made buttonholes. Have you ever done that?
No.
Achievement unlocked. I can now make buttonholes and they're decent.
Did y'all hear about Joanne Fabrics?
Yes, I've
I'm
been
so
going
sorry
every
for her
other
loss.
day.
Crazy. I don't
I'm so sorry for her.
understand.
Can I tell you this, though?
Yeah, please.
Maybe you deserved it. Sorry to victim blame.
Closeout.
Maybe
yeah.
you deserved it,
Close-
Joanne's.
Yeah.
Closeout sale prices.
Closeout sale prices are 80%
still more
off.
expensive than
Are 80% off, not
like
40.
going to
Not 40.
the fashion district.
You want me to buy a bath mat with mushrooms on it, which I did want to buy
Oh.
for 40% off?
You want mushrooms in the bathroom?
You can grow
Yes.
mushrooms on your bath mat.
No. So, okay, I used to be depressed, but now that because of the medicine, I don't like dirt anymore.
Oh. Vinny, how are you? How was your weekend?
I'm good.
You're a comedian?
I am a comedian. You
Okay.
sounded dubious.
We're going to get into that later.
Please.
Dubious?
Yeah.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was good. I was in San Diego, a city which is actually quite nice.
The city of dreams.
I want to go there.
It's lovely.
They have
My friend Zach lives
beaches.
there. Do you know him?
There's no
Did
way.
you see Zach while you were there?
I didn't see Zach, but everyone was talking about Zach. They were saying Zach's here, and they were kind of warning me about Zach.
He's a twin, but with a girl as the opposite.
A fraternal twin?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Freak.
I love him. We used to do theater in Chicago together. Now, you lived in Chicago from when to when?
I lived in Chicago from, I think, 2017 to 2020.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
2020.
pretty quick. Yeah.
You
We
moved
were
here in the
there.
pandemic or before?
Well, I moved back home briefly during the pandemic.
Did you see
Where's
us?
home?
I didn't see you.
You didn't see us
Should I
while
have
you were in
seen you?
Chicago?
Where
I lived there.
you lived there?
Yeah.
She was
in the
in a-
city in general.
I was
She
at
was in a
5050
bar-
North Broadway,
She was in a bar
apartment
called-
Spill that
948.
address.
Oh, yeah.
I was at a
She was at a bar called Bar Redacted.
Nice.
Vinny.
Okay.
I was the working queen there, and
Yeah.
no one ever knew my name.
Yeah.
And I was
How
doing...
did you survive the fires?
I did survive the fires.
How'd that go?
It went fine.
Did you leave?
I actually went to San Diego for a second.
I went to
That was
Laguna
the first
Beach
time.
for a second.
And it was
What's going on
amazing.
in San Diego?
I don't know what's going on in San Diego, but it's
But why are you going there?
Well, I went there because my friend's parents lived there, and I stayed with my friend's parents during the fire.
Oh, that's lovely.
But this time I went because I made a new friend there, and I was visiting a new friend.
Do you have a good relationship with your parents?
I
Hold
do,
on,
yeah.
Hold on.
What?
Yeah.
Are you dating someone in San Diego?
He doesn't live in San Diego. He lives in New York. But
What?
he was in San Diego, and I went to visit him.
Bi-pride,
Yeah.
bi-coastal, bisexual. They're both valid.
Wait, at time of filming, it is Trans Day of Visibility.
I
Yeah.
see you, bitch.
Thank you so much.
Shit, you have to say that to her legally.
I see you, bitch.
Thank you.
Wow.
Buttonholes.
Yeah.
You did. You made those buttonholes.
And they're visible, kind of.
Yeah, not great. Not great buttonholes if they're visible.
The first one's not good, but if it goes sometimes, always, never.
Yeah.
Always and never.
If you're
are
listening to
good.
this, if you're not watching, if you're listening to this, just know that
The buttonholes
what we're
are
seeing is
tight.
not interesting.
Can I ask why 3 and not 4? Or why not 2?
'Cause
Why 3?
That was the pattern.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
And you have to abide by
You
the pattern.
have to. Now, Vinny,
Yeah.
let me ask you this. You do comedy.
Yeah.
Wait, no. That not
What?
We're not there yet.
We're not
We're
there
talking
yet.
to him.
It
What do you mean
doesn't
we're not
sound-
there
it
yet?
We're
sounds
not
like
there
we're not
yet.
there.
Vinny, I'm speaking to
We can
the
get into
trans
it.
girl.
Sounds like we're
Please
not-
don't silence
We can
these
get into
trans
it.
voices.
Actually, so Vinny,
No.
no. I'm gonna
You
get
had a
into
plan.
it. I'm gonna get into
You suddenly
it.
had a plan.
She had a plan.
Vinny is not uncomfortable. You had a
I'm
plan.
fine.
Okay, so Vinny, what we do here is we are two drag queens.
Yeah.
Okay, she's a drag queen.
I'm glad
more
you were
of, in
sitting
the
down.
cast system, I'm more of like a drag surf.
Okay.
Surf and turf.
Amazing.
And what we do is people ask us questions, they tell us their stories, and then we give them advice and opinions. Now,
'Cause I'm a
up till
doctor under all of
now,
this.
Vinny, we have had incredible guests.
yeah.
Up till now.
Yeah.
I'm not doing great. I can already tell.
No.
Wow.
No.
Feedback.
Let me finish my
Sudden.
sentence.
Let her
Okay.
finish her
So
goddamn
up
sentence.
till now, we've
No one
had
ever tells me
incredible
to
guests
to do
who
that.
have given incredible advice, but they have all been on drag TV shows, so they've done psych evals. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
So you were a new friend, new bestie.
Why don't you guys evaluate me psychologically?
Well, it's funny you say that because we're actually, before we get to the advice, we're just going to check your credentials.
Yeah,
Okay,
we do
please.
have to do that
Okay.
legally.
So here we go. Name.
Vinny Thomas.
Okay.
And on social media, you spell Vinny with an A. What's stopping you from doing that in everyday life?
Well, actually, that's my username. My name is just spelled Vinny Thomas. What you're doing is you're looking at my username, and if you look just south of the username, you'll actually see my name on the profile, and that's the name you should go by. The username is dated. And don't look at her. Look at me. Oh, don't look at them. Don't look at them. Look at me. You're looking. You're looking somewhere else.
I'm literally your age. We are the same age,
Okay.
so I am on your side.
Right.
Vinny.
We don't need to fight, Vinny.
Yes.
Vinny.
I will
Speaking
tell
of
you
your
this,
social.
Alexis. I'll tell you this, Vinny.
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. I made a mistake.
No.
But why don't you add A to your real name?
Vinay.
Yeah,
Vinay.
because it sounds like too much of like it sounds like I'm ready to turn up. You know what I mean? If you put an A in your name, then it's like you're the life of the
Well,
party.
she
You know what I
has-
mean?
You're kind of the
A.
life of the party.
Oh,
I'm
we
not the
both
life
have
of the
A's in our
party. I'm quite the
names.
death.
Speaking of your social media,
Of course.
pick your favorite and give me the handle.
VINN_AYY. Probably Instagram now.
But just know, y'all, that the username is not the real name. So what
Yeah.
you're going to have to do is look
VINN.
underneath it.
look just south of it.
You're going to have to look
underscore.
south of it.
AYY.
Okay. So what we're going to be doing during this next portion of the podcast is we're going to just talk to you. It's going to feel normal. I want you to be yourself. And
Don't be
by the end,
nervous.
we'll see if you're qualified
Yeah.
to answer some questions.
I'll say just based off my experience so far that it does feel normal.
Yeah.
And then I think maybe an outsider looking at this would suggest that I don't feel normal at all. But I think it feels great so far. So
I
keep it
feel
up.
very comfortable with you.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I don't.
So we each have a series of questions.
Can you imagine if that's how we set up the entire night?
We each have a series of questions.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to ask you these. There's going to be jumping off points for topics of discussion.
Amazing.
Some might just say that's what a podcast is,
Why does
but
the
we
back of your
needed
card
to.
say Ronald Reagan?
Oh,
Because that's daddy.
Big fan.
Yeah, huge.
We should get his Funko Pop and put it on the trampoline.
oh, we should. We should do Funko Pops on the trampoline. You have so many.
Just Ronald Reagan's, though.
Yeah.
I've got about
Oh,
12
you should
Ronald
do two at
Reagans.
the same time, and whichever one stays on the trampoline is the winner. And the one that falls off, you do something crazy to it.
Vinny,
Yeah.
that's extra points.
Amazing.
But knocked down points for unsolicited advice. Okay, listen.
Whoa.
I have question one. Question one.
This is aggressive.
And we're going to do I go, she goes. All right?
Yeah.
Are you
because
telling
everyone
Vinny
gets
that,
a-
or are you telling me that?
I'm telling both of us that.
Okay, there you go.
Question one, Vinny. Why so funny?
Why so funny? I don't know that there's a reason for it, Mama.
Well, how did you get into comedy?
I got into comedy because when I was in high school. Okay, let me start by saying this.
Please.
And listen, like buckle in.
Okay.
Until I was like 17, I wanted to work in a zoo. I wanted to work with animals. That was it.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. What kind of animals?
Birds.
What?
And
You
they-
wanted to work
and they
at a
sound
zoo
just like
and
that.
you wanted birds.
And I wanted to work with birds.
That's so funny because I
Yeah,
think
for a
I
really long
started
time.
Smarter than
follow-
we know.
Yeah.
I think they're smarter than we know. And I also think I think they're plotting. I
Yeah.
also think there's something going on there.
I don't trust a crow.
Oh,
Never have, never
no.
will.
Crows can
Crow.
be trained and they can bring you shiny things.
Have you
I
heard them
know.
talk before?
It's terrifying.
All the time.
Oh my gosh.
Terrifying. They can
Didn't
say
you?
words.
That's so funny and
Yeah.
ironic because I think I followed you because you did a video where you were a pigeon.
Yeah, here's what I'll say about the LGBT, about the gay community, is that if they follow me, it is probably because of the pigeon video.
Well, no, I think they come for the pigeon and they stay for the teeth and the
And they
eyes.
stay for the
I
teeth,
followed you
which
for
are
the
huge and
teeth
sharp.
and the curls. So I don't know what you're talking about.
You
What
don't
is
know the pigeon video?
What is it?
Wow. Okay, the pigeon is I'm a pigeon at a pride parade and I'm asking for bread. That's all of it. But it's very I like it. It's a lot
It's
of
very
fun.
funny. I'll
really
send it to
funny.
you.
Yeah.
I'll send
I
it
like
to you.
your what's one? Oh, I know the one where you're the Stanley Cup. You're the person with the Stanley Cup that has to. What do you do at work?
That's awesome. I'm just like they're doing an icebreaker, and my interesting thing about myself is that I own a Stanley
Yeah,
Cup.
that's it.
And so I'm like getting into it, and I'm like I have the Stanley Cup, and then it takes a turn, and I talk about how my marriage is kind of falling apart.
Yeah.
And then I go back to the icebreaker.
Famously,
Stanley
Stanley
Cups are
Cups,
crazy.
marriage fall apart.
Honestly, yeah.
Equals. Go back to comedy. You were 17. You wanted to do birds.
Yeah, I wanted to do birds.
He's touching my hand.
Ah!
Do you think Angry Birds is violent? Do you refuse to play the game?
I think it's violent toward pigs, which I think is fair. I think those pigs are really fucked up what they're doing to those birds.
My neighbor had a pig in their front yard and they
Snitch.
moved.
I never saw that pig. I
Wait,
miss
wait,
it.
wait.
What?
My neighbor had a pig in the front yard and they moved.
They did.
Did the pig move? Did the neighbor move away from the pig? I don't know what's happening.
The pig entered the front yard. They abandoned the house. No, but they just moved, and
And they
the
just left the
crate,
pig.
he had his own little front yard, and it's still out there. And
The
they did an
little
open
shed,
house.
yeah.
They did an open house yesterday, and I was walking by, and I was looking in, and I was like, move that around because you're not going to find another buyer that wants to put a pig in
I
the front
think
yard.
about this all the time because if I ever get a house, God willing, one day, ladies,
Very soon. You will.
I want a room in it that's like a reptile room.
No,
You know what I mean?
no,
like
no,
I
no.
want installed
Yeah,
terraria,
absolutely not.
Yeah.
like a little pen for a tortoise.
Yeah.
And then if I ever sell the house, someone's gonna go in there and they'll be like, freak, I can't buy this. You know what I mean? What am I gonna do with this room? Because it's filled with terrarium.
Okay, we
What's
are
the
going to
weirdest
get
pet
back.
you've ever
No,
had?
we
What's
are
the
gonna-
weirdest pet
no,
you've ever
you
had?
want to
So
hear this
wanna get
story.
back to
We're going to get back to that, but I got to tell you that one time.
Yeah.
I used to be deep undercover as a dude. Trans Day of Visibility. I'm trans.
I see you.
But one time I went over on a grinder hookup, and I was going to go there to do something that two consenting adults like to do.
Yum o'clock.
I go.
Warn me ahead of
Warn me
time.
ahead of
Boner
time.
alert.
I get there.
Bow.
It's a studio apartment, wall to wall. Aquariums and terrariums for snakes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I was terrified. I did stay and finish my business, but then I got the fuck out
Yeah.
of there.
To be fair, didn't you go over there to play with a snake?
The most disturbing thing.
Didn't you?
No.
Didn't you go over to,
The most disturbing thing about it, though, I
What?
came to learn that person was also a drag queen in the community.
No.
Wait, who was that? We'll bleep it.
Did they absolutely have
No
gauges,
one,
right?
no one we know.
Was it someone I
They
knew?
had gauges. I feel like if you own snakes,
Gauges or cages?
Gauges. If you're a drag
Gauges.
queen, you have
Ear.
snakes. You have gauges.
Ear.
Like
Ear.
you're into heavy metal,
Ear.
probably.
She had very long hair, and she would like
That's enough.
flip it.
That's enough.
It's Adore Delano.
I've heard too much. It was
Okay.
Adore
It was
Delano.
Adore
It was
Delano.
actually.
I'm so sorry, Darby. Go ahead.
No, what's the weirdest pet you've ever had?
I think the weirdest behavior-wise, or like the weirdest people would think it's
People
weird.
would go, what the fuck?
She
Okay,
loves
right
weird
now I
pets.
have a snake. Her name is Mrs. Gutierrez.
No,
Love her.
no.
I have one snake. I
into
don't have
it.
a house full of snakes. You would love it.
I'm so terrified.
I've never
She's so
held a
cute.
snake. And what am I missing?
Okay, I think the feeling's nice because they're like very smooth and they like slither around.
Hot.
But they don't really care, you know, they don't
Yeah, they don't
cuddle.
do
So it's
anything.
like a nice smooth. It's a nice feeling.
How often are you
You
touching
just do that with a
her?
dildo.
Not often
Is
at
she
all.
living in a cage?
A dildo.
Yeah, dildos are nice
Dildo's
and
rubbery.
smooth.
It's like when you slide a
looped
dildo
up.
across your...
So when I'm sitting on the couch and I just want a little, like a nice slippery something, just to
Yeah.
feel the weight in my lap.
Yeah.
Just lube up a dildo.
So right, you're like watching Chopped and spinning a dildo through your fingers like it's a butterfly knife.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's funny. Speaking of,
Yeah.
tell us, we won't interrupt this time. How did you get into comedy?
Don't look at me when you talk for me.
I wasn't.
Wow. Really feel like the child of a imminently divorcing couple.
Are your parents divorced?
No.
I said I wasn't going to interrupt. Go ahead.
Do you wish they were? Do they wish they were?
No.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Vinny.
Yes.
You know, I lost my relationship with my parents in my 30s.
Well, God, I hope you find it.
No, I won't. I won't.
You're funny.
Thank you, buddy.
Why
Do
so
comedy.
funny?
Why comedy?
I started doing comedy because when I was in school, they had auditions for this like little improv and sketch team in like high school.
Really?
Yeah, and I did it, and I loved it so much, and I was so like good at it, and it felt like the ceiling was much higher for that versus like working at a zoo, which is all I wanted to do until I started doing
Famously, zoos don't rarely have ceilings. Sometimes the monkeys have like a little cage on top.
that. Who
But
told you zoos don't have ceilings?
You never seen a
You
bird
thought
in
that
a
was
zoo?
You thought that was gaggy. What you
Lincoln
just...
Park Zoo doesn't have a ceiling.
They have indoor little situations all over the
Cages
place.
count too.
All right, Darby. Question.
Cages count.
Your question.
Oh my God! Of course. Now
Do you guys think I sound whiny? Would you tell me? Like the
no,
timbre of my
you have
voice?
a very lovely timbre in your voice.
I can see that critique.
Okay, there it is.
These are questions I wrote down ahead of time.
There's nothing on that
They're
card.
So meaningful. Oh, before we do that,
This is
okay,
why this is so chaotic.
Weird pets.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. If I had money, which I shouldn't, but if I did,
When you have money.
when I have money and I
Yeah.
shouldn't, sponsors stop paying us.
No.
Okay.
No.
When we have money, I want a room that is a giant rat cage. Now listen, I love rats.
I was ready.
Rats are so
You really do like
smart.
rats.
In college I had a hairless rat. Her name was Princess Penelope. She had red eyes and she got cold a lot, so I had to get her another rat that I didn't care about at all. And she
And
was a
she
hairy
went
rat.
to
Her name
Yale.
was Annabelle. Yep. Yale comedy. You
Does
heard
a
of it?
hairless rat...
Feels like a scrotum with bones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but with the skin is thin. I would be worried
Very
about
thin.
every time I see a hairless rat or a hairless cat. I'd be terrified to touch it because it looks like it would tear. It looks like
And that's
tissue
what you
paper.
think, but I've never torn my scrotum. And I've tried.
Lucky. Ugh.
Yeah. Oh,
If
well,
I had a
that's my
nickel for
first
every
question.
time.
When was the first time you tore your scrotum? No, I would actually like to know. Tell us about the time that you bombed the most. Like, is there a time that still haunts you to this day?
Oh yeah. Well, there was this. When I was doing improv in college, I was in this weird little
Where'd
improv
you go to
group.
school?
Metropolitan State University of Denver. It was basically a community college. It's like a commuter school.
The Met.
Community
The
colleges.
Met. I went to school. Where did those come from? Where did those come from?
They appear and
I
disappear.
You were
forgot.
wearing those?
I forgot I needed to put them on because I can't read the card without
Oh, of
them.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are prescription. Mm-hmm. So you went
Headlights
to
from
school
a
at the Met.
VW bug.
I put on my glasses.
Yeah.
For those listening.
For those of you listening, her head is the size of a VW bug. Mm-hmm. Is what Vinny said.
German made.
Not what I had.
German. Oh, well, I
Wait, your
wouldn't
hand is
brag
out.
about
You have a
that.
question?
Well, no, I was gonna say. So you went to the Met and you did. Did you mostly do improv? When did you switch? Do you do stand up?
I do stand up, yeah.
When did you switch? Or do you do both?
I don't know that I switched. I still kind of do both. I think I'm occupying that like fun alty space still.
Okay, answer her question about failing.
Oh, yeah.
When did you fail?
Okay, so there was this comedy festival that was supposed to happen in Greeley, Colorado, which is kind of like this is the
Comedy
boonies?
capital of the
It could be
world.
anywhere. Yeah,
Comedy
Greeley,
capital
is
of the world.
beautiful name for a
Yeah.
baby.
Greeley. Greeley as a human name. Wait,
Yeah.
we'll get into that later because
could
I think
be.
we should explore Greeley and like what they do and what their life looks like.
Oh, I already know.
Really?
Yeah. They work in a room full of reptiles.
And they suck
do.
dick people on Grinder.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
Sorry.
Greeley's a Christian.
You got really excited.
Greeley's got his mouth wide open. He got cocks in his mouth. Look at pre-cum covered in swallowing, rolling around in mud and fucking strangers on the internet.
You should do voiceover.
You should do comedy. Incredible.
Wait,
Greeley.
There was this thing, and it was called Greeley Comedy Fest. It was supposed to be this big festival. It was in basically the convention center in Greeley.
Ooh. Yeah.
And the guy
GCF, I know.
The GCF, the guy who planned it, like rented out this whole center for like 2 days. He flew out like D-list celebrities to come do meet and greets.
Who?
A ton of money.
name 'em.
I can't. The D-list celebrities.
Yeah,
I
name 'em.
can't for the life of me remember. But one of them was on, I think, Star Trek or something. Yeah, I made the same sound. And we go to this festival. No one bought a ticket. I'm not exaggerating. Not a single soul, I don't know if they didn't advertise or what, bought a ticket for this entire convention. So this poor man who planned this event was clearly, I probably financially devastated. And then there would be these meet and greets and it would just be, no, look, I do not exaggerate when I say nobody. So we were doing our stupid little short form improv games to this massive empty auditorium to just there were a few of the other performers who came to watch us because no one showed up to their book signings or meet and greets or whatever. Oh. And that was not terrifying, but it was humbling. Yeah.
Did he kill himself?
There's no way to know.
So what you're saying is you personally have never failed. You've just been a part of a failing venture.
I don't know. I think I might have, I might be too full of myself to think I fail. Even in the moment when I'm failing, I'm like, wow. I guess everyone's quietly enjoying me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You can learn
Clearly
from
they
that.
don't. They're not mad.
They are.
You can always learn from
Okay.
Alexis is wanting to get into stand-up. And so we're
You're
just,
so good.
I think she doesn't like to stand. But
No,
other than that,
I won't actually be
other than
standing.
that, I think she'd be really good at it.
If you don't want to stand, you could be a humorist. You know, you could write fun little
New Yorker, the New
pithy,
Yorker.
yeah, little pithy articles for the New Yorker.
Pithy.
New Yorker.
Also a
Asher.
good name.
Asher, a cartoon.
Now,
Chicago?
all right, so this is our second question. You're
Okay.
doing really good.
We've
You're
only
doing
answered
great.
one question.
Well,
it feels like it's
no,
been
no, no,
hours.
You've
it's been
answered one of hers
one of
and
hers
one
and one
of
of
mine.
yeah.
Okay.
We're going I go she go.
Does
Yeah.
it really feel like an hour? That's bad.
Yeah,
Okay, we need to.
I'm not arguing. I'm not going
No,
to
no,
argue.
let's
with you.
start
Question number
over.
2. Now you just mentioned someone from Star Trek.
Yeah,
You yourself were in an episode of Star Wars.
that's
of
true.
Star Wars.
Where you were in Star Wars.
Is that a movie?
No, but he was in
play.
the show Ahsoka.
Yeah, I was in the show Ahsoka.
He played a senator.
Really?
I did.
Senator
Are
Greeley.
you going to go into politics, you think?
I here's the thing
What do you
is
think
I
about
think
abortion?
I think if I wasn't gay or even if I was gay but closeted,
You're gay.
I would be a politician.
What do you think
What?
about abortion? Gun control?
Don't say that.
Do you want a gun? Do you think people should have guns?
I think nowadays maybe.
No, that he
What
thinks
about
people
babies?
should
Do you
have
think babies should have
lifesavers.
guns?
I think if the baby has something to protect, the baby should have a gun.
Okay.
Darby.
Sorry,
We're,
I'm sorry.
we're in my segment.
I
I'm so sorry.
apologize.
Wait, we can talk about guns afterwards.
You were in Star Wars.
Yeah.
What was
still-
Mark Hamill like?
I never met Mark Hamill, girl. Diva, I wish I met Mark. You know who I did meet? The man who voices Mr. Krabs,
No way.
Clancy Brown.
Is he so hot?
yeah.
Anyone who
his
can do
voice
voice work
sounds
so hot.
It's like this. Like that's just how he naturally
That's
sounds.
a speaking voice?
Yeah, that's his speaking voice.
Did
I
you
wanna hear him order a burger?
were you like flown in to Lucasfilms farms
No, 'cause
or
it was right down the block. I want to go to that farm because he's got that big ranch, Skywalker Ranch.
Yeah.
And I wish I could go to that ranch. I feel like I would be so gagged. They have never had a homosexual on that ranch. You can tell.
well, C-3PO.
I said homosexual, not faggot.
Oh, thank you. Thank you
There's
for
a
the
difference.
distinction.
There's a difference.
Okay, well, who did you see when you were there?
Well,
Crabs. You saw
I
crabs.
saw crabs. That was pretty much it. It was because it was just a scene with me and him. But the guy who directed it, Dave Filoni, I think was either the director for a lot of episodes 4 or the showrunner of Avatar: The Last Airbender. And then this animated Star Wars series, The Clone Wars. So I grew up watching a lot of his stuff, and it was super cool
Oh,
to meet
that's
him.
really
nervous?
cool.
Yeah. Oh, I was so nervous because it's not like the other stuff I did. It was like everything's surrounded by a blue screen. You're on like a giant football field size set. Everyone's like, the sun is so bright. You know, you got to wear a cloak when you step outside of your trailer because people are flying drones overhead to try to
try
get
and
footage.
get footage.
Yes.
No, 'cause
Everyone has a
people are
code name.
crazy.
People are sick.
What was your
Yeah.
code name?
My code name was Kingfisher. Everyone's code name was a different bird, which I love.
It all
Yeah.
comes back to birds.
It all comes back to birds.
Oh, God.
Did you watch The Residents on Netflix yet?
No, but I
The
have
new
been watching
Shonda
The
Rhimes,
Pit.
and she's got all the. I just heard about The Pit.
Did not like it.
No.
I'm sorry. Are you liking it?
I think
then
it's
I love it.
I think it's cool.
Just a quick little
Yeah.
side. The Residents, the new Shonda Rhimes with Zoe Duba.
Yeah.
A lot of birds in there. A lot of bird
A lot of
talk.
birds?
And not
it's- so
the
it's
animals.
interesting.
That's just how she
It's
refers
also
to women.
really cute. It's also really cute.
Oh.
Anyways,
Yeah.
so you were the Kingfisher.
I was the Kingfisher, and then someone else was Egret, and someone else was Heron, and I'd just walk by these trailers and I'd see all these names so that nothing leaked. And even when I got the audition was for a Senator Wilson, And I was like, something's not right, because why am I auditioning for a role for Senator
For
Wilson?
Woodrow Wilson.
Yeah, truly this is going to a white man.
Absolutely.
It should, as it should.
Yeah.
And
Finally, someone said it.
finally someone said it. But then I looked at the NDA they had me sign, and it said Lucasfilm really tiny at the bottom, and I said, oh.
Did you get scared?
No, I got excited. Because I already did it, and I was hoping I was in like an alien, you know?
Yeah.
I want to be one of the Twi'leks, you know, the ones with the two like head
No.
tails
Oh, yeah.
that are like,
I bet they feel like
don't know
snakes.
any of
I wanted to whip them around.
Yeah.
Do
Can I
anything.
tell you a story?
Yeah, I guess.
I almost hit Mark Hamill with my car. And listen, I think that's a beautiful story. So you live in a very hip area for young people.
Yeah.
Okay.
We won't say where. We don't want to dox
We
you.
live.
No.
We live in the valley because my husband's younger than me, but his lungs are a little older.
Valley of
Yeah.
the Dolls.
So we need it for the breathing.
Yeah.
And I'm a doll.
Valley
And
of
Mark
the Dolls.
Hamill
TDOV.
lives nearby. And do you know that Mark Hamill doesn't have AirPods or refuses to use them because do you know what he does use? He uses those headphones from like the 1990s, like bright red over-the-ear headphones with an antenna, and it's a radio.
That's cool.
He has to get to Andor.
Luke Skywalker was jaywalking, and he jaywalked right in front of my car.
Yeah.
And I went, "Ah!" And I stopped, and he was, he did his Luke Skywalker. I haven't seen the movies. I assume Luke Skywalker does.
No, could you imagine if he did this? You almost hit him, and he's like,
I haven't seen the movies. I haven't seen the movies.
You should be an actor.
was that? Did that was crazy?
It scared
you?
me, and
I
it.
thought you were senator for a second.
Oh,
I'm gonna be
okay,
honest.
yeah.
I'm gonna
Senators
be
do that.
honest.
Senator King's.
And then he kept walking, and I said, "Oh my God, shaking! I'm shaking, right? Because I almost hit a man. I almost hit a man from the 90s.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
a time traveler. I almost hit a time traveler. I was like, was that fucking Mark Hamill? My husband goes, yes, it was.
Yeah.
And now I see him all the time. I see Mark Hamill a lot.
I've never
What's
seen
that
him.
say?
We saw John Voight at a Staples.
We almost ran into him.
That would have been nice.
He looks dead.
John Boyd is sick
He
mentally.
looks dead.
Yeah.
Can I tell you?
Go ahead.
Before my father-in-law died,
Right.
he died here and while visiting us
At an Arab nib.
at an Airbnb.
Oh, this very studio.
But in the very studio, but
This is-
on the way
this
there,
is
on
an
the way
Airbnb.
here, on the way
Yeah.
here, he sat next to John Voight.
Yeah.
And then had to switch seats because my father-in-law was married to my mother-in-law at the time. Now she's widowed.
Yeah.
It's very sad.
Here's the thing. I don't know if John Voight has a dead tooth, but every time I see him, I think that man has a dead tooth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Ooh,
Yeah.
Let's
Some
put
people-
put a pin in teeth
pin
because
in
we're
teeth.
gonna come back around.
And I bet
to
he has
that.
really long fingernails, not because they're growing, but because the skin is retracting. Anyway,
Darby,
but he
question
pulled
t-
out. He pulled out like a Trump book, like
Yeah.
his crazy MAGA Trump book.
John Voight.
John Voight, yeah. And I'm so glad they moved seats because my father-in-law, he was a good one. The good ones always die young. He was reading a Rachel Maddow book. And I love to think that they were fighting.
Have you ever met Rachel Maddow?
No.
I think y'all would get
circles.
along.
Who's the most famous person in your phone?
In my phone?
Yeah.
Besides us.
Should I say? Am I
Yeah.
allowed to say?
You don't
don't
have
have
to
to call
say
him.
anything that you don't want to say.
I'd say probably Seth Rogen's in my phone. Seth Rogen is in my phone.
I can't do it.
Do you want to ask him if he'll come on our podcast?
You want Seth Rogen on this podcast? Or you gotta talk about Seth Rogen?
Yeah.
I think he'd be too horny.
Okay, your question.
Yeah.
You have a second
You'd be
question.
too horny.
Oh. Vinny Thomas. Question number 2.
Yeah.
What did you think of my story about me almost hitting Mark Hamill with my
I
car?
thought it was wonderful. I
It was
actually
real.
really liked it. I
I
think it's
know.
great. Every time I hear someone telling a story about a celebrity, it's like, I saw Miss Thing in the grocery store. And it's never, I almost
didn't
killed
act.
a man.
I almost spilled an entire iced coffee on a 9-month pregnant Hillary Duff in a coffee bean.
Yeah.
That's a great story.
Do you have a celebrity story?
A celebrity story
Yeah, have
of
you
like
ever met
seeing
one?
one? You know what's crazy?
you've
I don't often
I'm
see them
sure
in the
you have
wild.
a lot.
You see him
Yeah.
at work.
I don't see a lot of them either, but I have seen like a couple.
Yeah.
I worked at a makeup store for a while, so I would see a lot of them there.
You saw a lot.
I saw a lot of them there. Viola Davis was incredible.
Yeah?
To see her.
Sandra Oh.
Sandra Oh was incredible.
Barbara Eden.
Who's Barbara Eden?
I Dream a Genie. She's still alive.
Yeah.
I don't know
Fake
who that
tits.
is.
I think she
fake
was
tits.
just on-
Yes, Barbara Eden.
Yes.
What's your
Yes.
celebrity story?
My celebrity story?
Everyone has one.
Any
I feel.
story?
Just
Yeah,
like
just pick one
from-
that's
you
fun.
moved to LA
You do
in
comedy.
2020.
You do comedy.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't this my question?
None of my celebrity stories are fun. Nothing about my job is fun
I-
or funny.
Did you enjoy
You're literally
After
a
Midnight?
comedy.
At Midnight? After Midnight?
I
Which
really
one is
did.
it?
After Midnight.
It's really fun.
I think it's a really fun
I'm
show.
enjoying it. You were great.
And you guys would do really well on that show too.
No.
They get the two of you and a third person. It would be really fun.
Go on.
You were so good.
Yeah.
I'm so impressed with you.
I didn't
I want you to
watch
know
it.
that.
I'm saving.
Do you know that?
am I
That's my
gonna
next
do?
question.
I'm saving documentaries for marriage, so I haven't seen it. Oh. But I support you, and I've seen the clips.
You see it as a documentary.
Yeah.
Any reality shows or like Real Housewives, anything like that?
Well, no, yes, that's literature.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's literature.
Are you a housewives?
I'm not a housewife.
What are you? What's your
I
TV
feel like
obsession?
the reality shows that I watch are never like the fun housewives things. It's like Hoarders Buried Alive.
I love
or
Hoarders.
like,
She loves
Do you love
Hoarders.
Hoarders? It's
I've
so
seen
fun.
every episode.
They change their lives. It's really beautiful.
I've seen not all of them.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
seen every single episode. Did you see the one in San Francisco? It was two elderly brothers, and they came in and they did the tour. We met them both, and then the next day is the first day of cleaning out the house, and then we find out that the brother died in the middle of the night, and then they kept going.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Well, we only have 3 days," and then they had to do it anyway.
They only had 3 days and the trucks were already there. So.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
He didn't die from the hoard, although it might have. You know what? I haven't gotten into the autopsy. Let me report back.
He died
Let me
of a
report back.
broken hoard.
Okay, no, I really do have a question.
Died of a broken hoard.
What?
He died of a broken hoard.
Sorry, my curls were in the way.
Ah!
Okay.
There are
We were
gaps.
at Maggie Winter's show.
Yes.
We sat
I
behind
recognized
you.
you,
guys
by the
sat
back
behind
of your
me.
head.
I did not
by your
recognize
curls.
these two out of their outfits. I'll tell you that.
No,
much.
no,
That's
no,
true.
because we look very
That was
different.
No, very different.
And I was really weird. Instead of just tapping you on the shoulder and saying, "Hi, I'm Darby," I think I did
Can
say,
I
like,
tell you?
"Excuse me."
We were here, and then we were running late, and we got there in such a rush and a tizzy. We were so nervous.
Fuck, not a tizzy.
So we didn't have our like good networking pants on.
Oh.
Wait, you have a question?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for that. That was really helpful, and I think it really helped Vinny understand the situation. He
That you
was
guys were in a tizzy.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought you guys did
absolutely.
great. Honestly, I didn't
Thank you.
even.
We were-
especially because you met me before. Like, what? You're not going to be normal. You met
We
me
were
before.
clapping. We were laughing.
Yeah.
you
That
know.
was so good.
We were just there
was
for
really
Maggie
well
Winters.
done.
Shout out to Maggie
Maggie
Winters.
Winters, one of the
at
funniest
Saggy
people.
Splinters on the internet.
Listen, anyone
Yeah.
who's ever
You
lived
like
in
her?
Chicago,
Yeah,
done
Southside
comedy, they're great.
Irish.
Yeah.
She's Southside Irish, just like us.
Yeah.
just like us.
Just like us. Ah, let's hear it for
Okay.
Danny boy.
Vinny,
Yeah.
here's my next question. As drag queens, we get to groom children through literature. As a comedian, how do you groom kids?
I groom kids through the Disney Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
I think the
Oh.
most powerful way to groom a child is through the Disney framework, because they're already baked in there, they're locked in watching, and you just let them know. You know, it's like, dude, come on, have a little fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Lightsabers.
Lightsabers.
Have you ever been recognized for that series?
No. You know, actually, no, I haven't been recognized for that series.
Were you wearing any facials?
No, I wasn't. I was just in my outfit. I wish I was an alien. My outfit was a serve, though. They made this, because I was a senator, they made this cunty, expensive looking suit. They like
made it for you.
Well, they repurposed like an Armani suit or something, like a beautiful shiny navy blue suit, and then they put like an obi, which is that little like
Like a belt.
the belt over the middle,
Yeah.
and they had this little like spoon shaped knife in the middle. And
Did you see a robot?
I know, I said an obi.
Oh, okay.
Like OBI, I
Sure,
think.
I'm back.
And
Oh.
I'm back.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. He
Listen,
wasn't a
I'm
robot.
Just learning.
And boots. They had me in riding boots, like black riding boots.
House down boots.
It was so nice. Yes, the
Mama.
planet down boots house, the house down. Mama
Which
stay
planet?
house.
Andor.
Lothal. Andor is a good series, though. I wish I was in Andor. Andor is so good.
What's the one that was so good and they canceled because they can't handle how good it was?
It wasn't Andor, was it? They wouldn't have done that.
No, I don't. I think Andor 2 is coming, but
Yeah.
I've only watched one series, and it was the one that Squid Games was in. He learned English for the part.
The one that Squid Games was in.
Here are some games on the App Store.
Alexis. Jesus Christ.
It was me. I'm so
Was
sorry.
it you?
Is your Syria?
It was my series of man.
My series of man.
Your series, is your series an Irishman?
He's an Australian.
Oh, my series an Irishman, so that's what it is.
Have you ever been to Ireland?
No, I wish.
neither. Let's
I think it would be
go.
beautiful. Let's go to Ireland.
Let's
Is your
go.
Syria a woman?
So women's rights. Sorry, I respect women. Mine's an Australian woman, but sometimes I yell at her.
You're Australian too?
Yeah, I love the accent.
Jennifer
You ever heard of that?
Lopez. Yeah.
And they have kangaroos.
Yeah. Okay. Going back to something that you kind of mentioned before. Oh, can I go on with my question, or did you have anything more?
Girls, are we having fun?
Wait, how are you grooming kids?
Okay, I told you.
Oh,
No?
Disney.
Wait, should I say something else?
No. No.
No.
What's funnier? Is
Here
there
we
a
go.
funnier
No,
thing to
let's
say?
talk- no, let's
you,
talk-
you wanted a second option.
No,
Okay,
no,
I
this
gotta
is
be honest
good.
with you.
No,
I don't
have a-
watch. I've never seen a
segue.
Star Wars.
It's
I've never
okay.
seen a Star
At
Wars.
all?
No, I
And
don't
yet
know
you've seen
anything
Mark
about it.
Hamill?
Can I tell you why though?
Okay.
Because my dad sees a really bad guy. And he's still alive. He shouldn't be, but he is.
Yeah.
He has 2 kids from his first marriage. And my mom was his mistress. And one of his mistresses.
Okay.
Anyway, they're still married.
Pimp.
The mistress, not
Yeah.
the first wife died of cancer.
Of course.
Horrible death. Dad fucking my mom.
Yeah.
Okay, didn't have time. Anyway, his 2 sons, older sons, don't talk to him.
I won't.
Okay. Their favorite thing to do with my dad was Star Wars.
Oh.
So because they were 1970s.
Of course.
So we weren't allowed to watch Star Wars growing up because like that was his thing with his kids.
Yeah.
And now I just feel like it's too much.
You weren't allowed to watch Star Wars because that was his thing with his other family?
So we watched Star Trek Next Generation.
Okay, and Star Trek Next Generation is actually a really, that's a good
It's
show.
phenomenal.
It's
It's
amazing.
phenomenal.
Have
You
you
know
seen
what's-
Voyager?
Yes,
I love Voyager.
have.
Captain
You know what?
Janeway.
But you know what Star show I just watched that I don't
Battlestar
recommend?
Galactica.
No, it's
No.
called When the Stars Gossip.
Okay.
It's a Korean drama about a man who dies, okay?
Love that.
But they have
She
a
loves her
sperm.
kid
They have a
drama. She loves her
sperm,
kid
and
drama.
they need to bring a sperm to the space station to make a baby because
course.
he's dead now.
Yeah.
But then the guy that brings the sperm falls in love with the doctor.
Oh,
But the
no.
doctor is not okay with the sperm being on, so the
no.
doctor destroys the sperm.
By eating it.
It almost.
Oh.
It just as bad. No, you know what? If she had eaten it, I would understand.
Yeah.
Because she needed a snack. In
The
space, they don't
doctor's a
have food.
woman, twists around every corner.
Oh yeah, no, it didn't make sense. You have to
Yeah.
suspend your disbelief. Go
Yeah.
into space, making it whatever. But a woman doctor, eventually you get used to it.
Yeah.
Don't watch it.
Yeah.
Darby, you have a little hair moment you might want to judge. Okay, speaking.
I can't see it. I can't see it. I can't see it.
It's good. You're good.
Okay.
Vinny.
Did I get it, Vinny?
Vinny.
Vinny,
Yes!
did I get it?
You got it.
Look at my curls. Did I get it?
Bleak.
Okay,
Yeah.
Vinny. Speaking of grooming,
We've only got another hour left.
you have beautiful teeth,
Okay.
and you have very lovely moisturized curls.
You know what's so fun?
What's your personal grooming tips?
Here's what I'll say about my teeth. I'm constantly self-conscious about my teeth.
No, you have
What?
a beautiful
I
smile.
am. My teeth are like.
Your teeth are
Don't
perfect.
bullshit a bullshitter,
Don't-
Vincent.
I'm not bullshitting you because like I have a ton of crowns
Same.
and now I feel like some of my molars are in a different topography than the rest of my
Oh no,
teeth.
me too.
We don't even have
Yeah.
molars.
I don't have
Oh,
molars.
no.
Yeah, we have no
you-
teeth.
These oatmeal queens are on an oatmeal only diet. These oatmeal divas, these are Quaker queens.
I tell you what.
Go ahead.
You may have crowns. I may have crowns. She may have crowns. But the only crowns that matter are the ones on our heads.
On our heads. Yeah.
I don't know. My crowns are pretty important because I have to chew.
You use a.
Oh,
What, do
you
you?
have to chew?
What do you
Yeah.
do? What do you do? A leave-in conditioner? What's
For
your
my hair,
curls?
I
Yeah.
do a leave-in conditioner. Yeah, I didn't even realize that I could manage having long hair until I was a little older. Because when I was younger, I'd just shave it all off. I had a
Yeah.
buzz cut for like years and years and years.
Yeah.
Oh, a
yeah.
BC.
Yeah. But then my cousin was like, just toss a little of this stuff in it when it's wet, let it air dry, and it looks nice. And I've never looked back.
You're known for your curls. If you were shaved head girly, I would just be concerned about your health.
You think?
Yeah, I've known a lot of people with cancer.
You know what I think about doing? Okay, are you obsessed with bragging?
Thank you.
I
I've seen it all. I've seen it all.
I think all the time about bleaching my hair, but for some reason I'm
It's
scared of it
gonna
and I don't
ruin-
pull the
it's gonna
trigger.
ruin
It's
it.
gonna ruin it
Yeah.
because it would like frazzle it out
Nicole
or fry it or
Kidman.
whatever.
She had beautiful curls, and now she can't get a wave.
Now she's the face
now
of AMC.
she's wigs. Now she's a victim of wigs.
Now she's wigs boots.
Yeah.
Do you think she likes them? Is that why she insists on wearing them?
I think it's probably easier than doing your hair.
But her
course
wigs
it
are
is.
awful.
Well, you bleach your hair too much, you can't.
No, I know.
You
but
can't
the
style it
bleaching your hair
anymore.
doesn't mean that your wigs have to be bad.
don't
Why are her
think-
wigs so bad?
Can
I
I,
don't
say
think-
something?
Yeah.
You guys,
Yeah.
And you guys are gonna hate it. I don't think any wig is like awful. Even the plastic ones are sometimes I don't know, kind of nice. No.
Cut,
It's
cut
a fun.
the mic.
It's a fun for a fantasy.
Yeah,
Cut the
yeah.
mic.
But you have a head of hair that you'll never need to wear a wig.
Oh, yeah. Do
but
you
I'm
think you'll
constantly
lose
worried
your
about
hair?
losing it. Yeah, I am.
Let me
My
ask
brother's
you.
2 years
Let me
older than
tell
me, so
you.
I'm always looking at his hairline and I'm like trying to predict the future
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
and say that.
Go ahead,
Okay.
Darby. Do you want to
Right.
make this your 3rd
I'm-
question?
Go ahead.
Yes. Okay. So, I'm a twin as well, but my twin is boy.
I'm a man- I'm a twin.
I'm a man twin with
She
a
is a
with
man
a boy
twin.
with a boy.
Yeah,
a
yeah,
man.
yeah.
We're both men twins.
Why are there so many gay twins in LA? We'll unpack this later.
He's straight.
He's straight.
He's straight and he's
kinda
used to be
ultimate
pastor.
straight. He's got
He lives in
4 kids.
Orlando.
He used to be a
He lives in
pastor in
Orlando.
Orlando?
He got
Wow.
fired and now he's not a Christian anymore because he came to my wedding and he said that it changed his mind and he turned his back on God for me.
because he said, surely a wedding this bad, God is
Listen,
dead.
please listen to Twinnuendo wherever podcast. Anyway, so let me tell you this.
Yeah.
Alexis.
Don't look at me.
Alexis is writing something in the qualifications line.
5 years ago.
Loud ass marker.
5 years ago.
Loudest fucking marker.
Not loud ass marker.
Where did you get that marker?
From my house.
Dollar
Party
store.
City.
From my house.
Dollar store.
From the wall at Dave and Buster's.
Loud
5
ass
years ago
gender
or so.
marker.
What is time? Time's a construct. So is gender. She changed it. Doesn't matter. Okay? She's beautiful.
Yeah.
I corrected mine.
That's true. God put her in the wrong body, and that first
corrected
body
it.
was rotted.
I corrected it.
You look so beautiful all the
really,
time now.
I'm really the voices that you've been doing for me are
Yeah.
offensive, but I like them at the same time.
It was offensive.
You can't be offended.
It was
I'm
just
not.
British.
I'm not.
You're a trans white woman. You've got the whole world in front of
Trans
you.
Day of Visibility.
Trans Day of
I
Visibility.
see you.
I'm going to Alaska.
Congratulations.
Have
Are
you
you
ever
taking one
been?
of the cruises?
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go. Are you going to
Do
try
you
and
wanna
see
come
whales?
with? I'm going to see the whales. Yeah.
Are you doing, you're performing or just
I've
going?
seen a mirror.
Oh my God.
I had to get there before you said it.
I would never comment on your body.
I'm so sorry.
I would tell the story of you climbing 3 sets of stairs yesterday in the parking garage, and I did think you were going to pass away. I looked at your boyfriend and I went, it's not looking good.
And the part of that story that we should all know is that I have a boyfriend.
It was
Okay.
30 minutes to get home. She was still breathing heavy when I got dropped off.
I was.
She was so sweaty.
I had just ate so much pokey.
It was 60 degrees.
So she has twins.
I have a twin.
Yes.
Okay, so I have a twin
Yeah,
brother.
straight twin.
Okay, straight twin brother.
Changed his life after your
5
wedding.
years ago, or
Of
what
course.
is time? We were losing our hair, and he goes, "I'm gonna take minoxidil. I'm gonna
Yeah.
do the hair drugs." He started, and I said, "I don't care. I'm not vain."
And it's preventative.
And so 3 years in,
Yeah.
so we didn't talk a lot when he was pastor.
Of course.
So then when pastor happened and pastor went away,
He passed
we did
away.
when he pastored
When he
away,
passed
we did
away.
FaceTime,
Yeah.
and I said, "You have so much hair." And so we're really the before and after. So let me tell you this: it works.
yeah.
It does in fact work. So if you're even partially
A
worried,
little bit concerned.
it's 1 pill a day.
Yeah.
Do it, baby.
Because here's the thing.
well, no,
Do
she
it.
didn't. She didn't. Don't do the pill.
Yeah, do the
Are
pill.
you still doing the pill?
I am doing the pill.
But you
I went
got-
back. I
you
went back
got-
to the pill.
But I thought you got like lightheaded.
I
and-
do get lightheaded, but it makes me kind of quirky and cute.
Lightheaded is kind of is cunty. Being
Yeah.
lightheaded. Lightheaded is cunty when you're just like, I have to lay down on this couch. I have to take
Or
a
if
break.
you stand up and like, I need to go get something to drink out of the
Yeah.
refrigerator, and then this is what I do. I go, and then Curtis goes, "Let me get it."
Ha.
Curtis is my husband. I have a husband. His name is Curtis.
Oh, I put it together through context clues.
Oh, okay.
Curtis is a man in my house.
All right, so
Curtis is
Darby,
the man who lives
if
in my house.
if that's all, I think we have what we need to decipher if we have someone qualified to answer a question.
As long as it means you don't have to do more with that marker, I'm good.
Well, we just have to. Excuse me, Vinny. We're just gonna have to confer real
Yeah.
quick.
Okay, I'll turn around.
What do you? Yeah, thank you. Do you think it's a pass or a fail? A pass or a fail?
And I absolutely, without a doubt, remember what we're talking about.
Yeah. Do you think that they passed the test? Are they
He, him,
qualified?
he, him.
Do you think that he's qualified to do
He, him.
in
Yeah.
instructions, advice, opinions?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh wait. The central question of this podcast is: what's your most homosexual opinion?
My most homosexual opinion.
There's a lot writing on this.
Oh my God.
Oh my God,
Wait,
Alexis,
this is
I'm
so much. I
Sorry,
should have
Vinny.
thought this-
I need to go to the bathroom. I just need to pee real quick. I'm so sorry.
Take your time.
Will you
think about this.
that? Will you just think about that? Okay,
You
Alexis,
can feel
will
free
you
to
come with
workshop
me.
Yeah, I actually have to pee too.
Tear it up in there, you guys.
Annie, just leave it rolling. I really have to pee. I'm sorry.
Most homosexual opinion. I don't really know if I'm fitting in. They're bouncing off fast, kind of off the wall. And I'm trying to get in there, but whoof. And they got these cards. Under qualifications, she has written hair and teeth, snakes, good at funny. And I guess that's all of it that there is to know. Sometimes I worry I'm not interesting. But I'm making my way downtown, walking fast, baby, passing, I'm home now. You guys are probably gonna have to bleep that out.
I'm so sorry.
No, totally, you're good.
Thank you.
Was it good?
Sorry about that.
You guys did good in there?
because I'm wearing a corset, so it just kind of shoots out.
Mine came out in one piece.
Have you ever heard a horse pee?
What? Did you say one piece?
Yeah. I like my listen. I like my piss like I like my bathing suits.
Okay, so Darby.
Thick. I'm sorry. Is that bathing suit? Does that come in thick?
Darby.
Yeah.
So we have a question that we have unanswered.
Oh, yeah,
Oh wait,
yeah.
what's your most homosexual opinion?
Okay, I guess I was in the Chicago History Museum once, and I saw
Brag.
this. Thank you. There was this bathing suit, like this vintage bathing suit.
Was it thick?
And it was thick. It was wool.
Was it
and it
like-
was like a one-piece men's bathing suit with a little belt that looked almost like an airplane seat belt with like a
Like an
big
OV
silver
belt?
buckle. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it looked so cool. And I think we should go back to something like that where men have like cool one-piece swimsuits with belts, even if the material is heavy and it's like a
Do
drowning
you
risk.
mean one piece like it looks like tank top with shorts?
Yeah, one piece tank
Yeah.
top short attached,
I
and
think
then a little
that's
belt in the middle.
fabulous.
It was the most wonderful thing I've seen. And I was at some point we went wrong, and men's swimwear is just shorts,
Yeah.
and I don't know why that happened.
Yeah. I think we need to lean into the non-binary of it.
Well,
Men
it's
should do
also
it,
like
but non-binary
there
people,
are so
they've been
many.
killing
I
that
did
game.
grow up undercover a person of a size, so I was
What?
always doing a person of a certain size.
She grew up under the
Undercover?
cover of a person of a certain size.
I grew up undercover dude,
Yeah.
comma. I was also a person of a certain size.
What does that mean?
Fat.
No, you weren't. You weren't fat when I met you.
I grew up.
You grew out when I met you.
There's something very funny about describing fat
point-
as person of size as if it's person of color.
Oh no, that's not what I meant.
DEI.
No,
DEI.
no.
I was a POW,
A
person of weight.
person of a certain size. No,
I was
no,
a POW.
a person of weight. Okay, so
Don't get out
the
of breath.
point of that
we
was
got a staircase to get us down.
Darby, what did you just?
She started
You
it.
just pissed. We can make fun of you
What
for pissing.
did you-
Piss alert.
What did you just say to me outside?
What?
Okay, all right. So no, there was a lot of board shorts and then shirts, and I think the
Yeah.
answer to that would have been something like what you're describing, a
Yeah.
one piece with a belt. I think that's okay. I think we have our answer.
Yeah.
All right, Vinny Thomas at Vin_A.
Yeah.
No, the A is just the username.
We
A lot of people think
revert-
I'm Indian because of that username, by the way, which is not
Really?
something I considered.
And-
because of the fact that I look like
And
I'm
your
Indian.
ethnicity is what?
Black Italian.
That's what I was going to guess.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, fun!
That's what I was going
Yeah,
to
it's
guess.
it's a treat.
Speaking of Black Italian, did you watch Survival of the Thickest season 2?
Do you think people can be racist against Italians?
No.
Right?
I think Italians are barely real.
Yeah.
But Survival of the
Pizza,
Thickest, what is that?
Pasta.
It's a Netflix show.
Michelle Buteau.
Peppermint.
Peppermint.
Oh, wonderful.
And Peppermint. And season 2 just
Oh.
came out on Netflix.
Okay.
I'm trying to spread the word because season 1 came out right during the writer's strike, and
So
they
they couldn't
couldn't
promote it.
Oh,
at all.
no.
Lisa Traeger. I don't know if you know her.
I do know Lisa Traeger.
Do you know
yeah.
Michelle
I'm obsessed.
Buteau?
We want to be friends with her.
I've never met Michelle Buteau, but I know I'm a big
huge fan.
fan.
It's
Yeah.
a lot of
Huge
comedy
fan.
people, and it's such a good show. And I have no connection to it other than I loved it.
And
I
it's
just
the-
want more seasons.
They drop thick people in the wilderness and they have to survive.
No.
Thick
She's
people.
It's like Sex in the City. She's like the new Carrie Bradshaw, but she's
She's not a
she's a big
monster.
baddie.
Yeah. You hit the TH in thick so
Anyway,
hard.
also
She
the
wants
reason
me
I
to be
said that
supportive.
thing about Black and Italian is because she goes to Italy.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a spoiler. Sorry.
You didn't say that thing about Black and Italian.
And are the
He
men
said
like
the thing about
wildly
Black and Italian.
misogynistic?
Listen, we've reviewed your qualifications.
Okay.
We have decided that you did pass. You are able to answer some advice. Are you good at advice?
I think so. Yeah.
Great. Well, we're gonna see.
Wait, I might have a sip of my tea.
Yeah. I gotta open this. So
Okay.
You know, I got this from the tea place, and it was supposed to be like $3.50, and then the guy goes, "I tried to use my card," and he goes, "You have to spend at least $5 if you use your card," which I think is
Did you kiss?
yeah. And of course, like I was like, "Wow, you're really laying down the law with me," and we had sex with each
You
other.
said sorry, Daddy.
Yeah,
Well,
on
can I
the
ask-
croissants.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah,
I think the funniest drag queen in the world
Tammy Brown.
is Dairy Queen.
Oh yeah.
Tell me.
Dairy's crazy funny.
Do you not love Dairy Queen?
I love Dairy Queen, and I'm constantly wondering why the rest of the world hasn't like locked in on Dairy.
Oh,
yet.
because her drag is bad.
okay, speaking
She's the funniest person in the world.
Yeah.
so funny.
I truly believe that.
All right, we have to get to
Sorry.
we actually
When I look at you, I think of Chicago comedians.
Yeah, because I'm just kind of wearing a hoodie and yeah,
'Cause you're
I'm like a
Indian.
little grizzled. Yeah, there it is.
So, Darby,
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the time.
Yeah.
10 minutes.
We kind of talked a lot, and
You did. To
we
be
don't,
quite honest.
we don't. I don't know if we have time for an actual question.
Well, he just passed the test.
I
Well,
know,
if you
but I
factor
don't.
in the days-
I don't think we. Vinny, I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
If you want to turn around again, you can.
But don't like hit the table. It's gonna fuck with the sound.
There's no room.
Vinny.
There's actually not a big studio. It's,
Yeah,
it's
so-
not a lot of money.
So I don't know if we have time. I don't know if we have time for an advice question. Should we just do a death story?
No.
You want to do an advice
He,
question?
listen.
Okay,
He
I
took
have
a
a-
test that
Yeah.
you made extra
Yeah.
long
Okay,
and loud.
you're right.
He deserves the question.
Okay, all right, Vinny.
Vinny, you can turn around.
Welcome back.
Please
Welcome
don't
back.
touch the table, though. It's really gonna fuck up
Really
the
try not
sound.
to table his cheek.
Okay, here we go. This is a question. It's kind of short. Hello, Lexus and Arby's and Vinny. My name is Envy, him, they. I get to have two pronouns and be non-binary as a little fuck you to the government. Yay! Trans day of visibility.
I see you. What? What's the
Envy.
name?
Envy.
Envy. I almost
Envy.
said Vinny.
Envy.
That's his name.
Yeah.
He, him.
It says, I'm also 25 years old. I'm writing in today to ask your opinion on a little dilemma I'm currently in. Ooh, foreshadowing. I recently started to casually date and hook up with people because I'm trying to stop only daydreaming about going on dates and potentially being in a relationship. So I'm actively trying to meet people and see how we vibe. I recently met a guy on one of the apps I'm on who I've been casually hooking up with. He's very sweet and nice and does incredible things with his hands. But
Oh,
I have one major hang up about
he's
him.
very good at close-up magic.
Yeah.
And whether or not I want to keep hooking up with him in the future, he has a very small dick. Now, in the past, I didn't think this would be an issue for me, as I only have ever been with one other person before whose dick was an average size, and I thought I was very body positive, but it turns out I'm not. Like I said,
Plot twist.
he has other ways of making me come, but I feel bad not being satisfied. I'm so sorry. Is this language too adult for you?
No, this is great.
Making me come, but
We're
I feel
28,
bad.
Alexis.
not
Don't
being,
treat us like babies.
I'm
Yeah.
so sorry. I'm not being satisfied with what he has lengthwise. Am I being unreasonable and a little picky? Are these normal thoughts and feelings to have? Any tips to get over this if I decided to keep hooking up with him?
You're just hooking up at this point?
Yeah, so they're just hooking up and being casual. I don't think. It
Okay, so if
matters.
that's most of it, then you
Just
can
do hand stuff.
Then just do hand stuff or like drift off if you're not having. I mean, if most of it is hooking up and you're not enjoying hooking up, then why are you? I guess I don't get it.
Wait. Y'all, wait.
Right? Am I crazy?
What about mouth stuff?
Or
it would
What's
be
the size of
so-
their mouth?
yeah.
Yeah.
What's the size of their mouth?
Well, Envy does say they do incredible handworks.
What about this? Because they do incredible handwork, you have them get a big pair of those Hulk gloves, right? And really make those hands big. Emphasize the hands because that's the part of the body that is the most interesting. Draw attention away from the Hulk and
Yeah.
toward the hands,
Yeah.
Like Charlie's uncle.
like Charlie's.
Always Sunny. It's an Always
Oh,
Sunny
of
reference.
course.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Straight guys listening
And
got
you know
it.
what? As long as we're doing the Hulk thing, paint him green. Make it fun. Make it interesting. Have him chase you around a little bit.
Yeah, you ever want to get fucked by Shrek?
Yeah.
You know Shrek isn't hung.
Oh yeah, and he's like, that's my swamp, and he's talking about your body. Your body's a swamp.
Because when you do anal, you poop.
Yeah.
Now, I have to say, as someone who is in a long-term, very healthy, successful relationship, I
Marriage,
am married, in fact. And as someone who is 40, as someone who's 28,
What?
I want to say this. I want to say this.
What?
I wish my husband's cock was small.
Yeah, go get you a big one, and then you'll be able to appreciate.
Go get you
the
a
small
big one
Yeah,
that
go-
is hard all the time.
Can I get you a big one?
Yeah.
Can I get you a big one?
have to get into voiceover.
Have you ever done boys? Have you ever
Yes.
done that? Cartoons?
I've done a little bit. Yeah.
Name one.
Our
It's
friend
gonna be
Rachel
out soon. I
Relman
don't know
does
if I'm
that.
allowed. Rachel Relman? Wow,
Rachel
I know Rachel.
Relman.
I know Rachel Relman.
Yeah, we were sitting behind you at the
Of
comedy
course,
concert.
you guys were all sitting together in the same row.
Yeah,
I love Rachel Relman.
we
Yeah.
love Rachel.
They're sweeties.
They said hi.
They
Amazing.
were our first like friend in LA because they're best friends with Auntie Chan. And so when we moved out here, we didn't know anyone. And so we said, guess what? You're our friend now.
Nice.
Yeah, now I call them every day.
So she doesn't call me anymore.
What kind of stuff do you call them?
slurs.
Greeley.
Greeley.
Greeley's a
look
really
Greeley.
good name for a
Greeley is such a
non-binary
good name.
Yeah,
Canadian.
Greeeligh.
Ooh, Greeley.
Greeley.
Greeley. It's a Southern name. It's a
Wait,
baby girl.
You spelled that so quick. That community college did you right?
It paid off.
Listen, go to the Met if you can. If you
Go
can.
to the Met.
Okay, now our final segment
Okay.
of this podcast is Death Equals Lady because I am fascinated
Bored?
with always.
I'm just finding it.
I am fascinated with death stories.
Yeah.
I don't think.
What's your relationship to death?
You ever seen a dead body?
Be careful because these
Yeah.
are just
Okay, this
straws.
doesn't
that's,
even work.
That's well. Don't say that. My
it doesn't
husband
work.
did make that.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Thank you.
What did you ask?
What's your relationship to death?
I think it's positive.
When was the first time you saw a dead body?
When I was like 3 or 4, my great grandmother Mary died, and I went to her funeral. And my mom lifted me up so I could look inside of her coffin, and I swear to God, she smiled.
Oh.
Yeah,
Italian side or black side?
Italian side.
Oh, I shouldn't say black side.
Why not?
It sounds like The Blind Side, and that was a really bad movie.
Yeah, you know it's really. My brother is huge. He's like 6'4", and he's like a big guy.
Did a white woman save him?
No. After The Blind Side came out, I used to drive next to him. Like if he was walking home from the store, I'd drive next to him in the family minivan, and I roll down the window, and I'd be like, "Michael, do you have somewhere to sleep tonight?"
That's how
And
your
he used to be
comedy
like-
career started.
And he used to be like, "Stop!" And I would drive down slower, and I was like, "Are you sure?" It was like, "We have the space, honey. I can make up a bed." Because we would always make fun of him that he should have done football and he didn't. He's
That
so big.
movie is
What's he doing now?
Software engineer.
Is he single?
No,
that's so hot.
'Kay.
I love an engineer.
Read your story.
married to a woman, if you can believe it.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm so sorry. Okay. Hey,
I
ladies.
know, listener, you couldn't see that, but the liquids that are in this room shook as if the T-Rex in Jurassic Park was walking nearby.
Oh,
Are
we
you
don't say
excited
that.
for the new Jurassic Park?
Secondly,
Incredibly, I think they're.
I sharted on the roof the other day,
Okay.
and it started with liquid, and the liquid helped because it let me know to close up.
She was wearing
and
a
no,
jockstrap.
No
It's fine.
turdies fell out.
The roof?
I was doing so I have a townhouse, not to brag.
Okay.
I have a townhouse with a roof, and I was wearing a jockstrap because all of my underwear was in the washer.
Yeah.
Okay.
A likely story.
And I thought I had a little fart. I thought I had a beautiful little fart.
Yeah.
And so I pushed it out. I went, this is going to be so cute and adorable. It's going to go. And my husband Curtis, he's my husband Curtis, he was watering a plant right in front of me. And I farted and I realized like, oh, something's different. And he goes, is that your fart? That's a weird fart. And I was like, I don't know if it's just a fart. And there was wetness there. And the wetness saved me
Yeah.
because I closed my coin slot, my
wetness
hole.
saved you.
And I put it in the toilet. Not my hole, but the poop.
Why do some people push for farts? Do you know what I mean? When it's ready
Because
to leave,
it's right
it's ready
there.
to leave. Yeah,
You
but
feel
you're
it wanting
delivering
out.
it prematurely.
I
Because-
feel like
Preemies should be able to live. I know you're pro post-birth abortion,
Yeah.
but we here at IMHO, we are a Christian podcast, and we are pro all abortion.
well, speaking of death.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Hey, ladies. Steve Cole here, proud messy queen, long-suffering homosexual, being both gay and old, 43. That sounds so old. I love being 28.
That's-
Wait, why are you asking us about? We're not paleontologists, bitch. What are we supposed to say about? I have no idea. We're supposed to say about a 43-year-old.
What the fuck?
Let's get our tools. Let me get my
Thank you.
brushes.
Yeah.
I don't like. Listen, I don't even. I
always
learned
thought
about
those brushes
9/11
were
in
so
history
chic. Yeah,
class. Like I
Yeah.
honestly had to have a teacher tell me about it because
Okay.
I was so young.
Yeah.
Anyway, I have loads of crazy stories I'd love to share outside of my therapist's office. One of which I thought might be good for Death Equals Lady. Okay, picture it, 2002-ish. How could I possibly?
Yeah.
So young. I'm a sassy supervisor for a major grocery chain and running the front end. It's a Sunday morning and I'm probably definitely hungover. It's insanely busy as Sundays often are in the grocery biz.
Yeah.
An interesting tidbit. And I'm running around helping cashiers, bagging orders and what have you. And a customer comes in and beelines to me while I'm at my little podium. Girl, leave it that.
Podium.
She's very conservative, middle-class, churchgoer lady, busybody, a Karen, if you will, and goes into the diatribe about a drunk man in the parking lot that was wandering around and then stumbled into a vehicle, a little truck, not sure what kind, as previously stated, I am a homosexual, and rattles on about this being a family store and how unacceptable that is in our quaint little community.
A family store.
So to shut her up, I tell her I'll personally take care of it. So I march out in a sassy little huff because now I'm being inconvenienced and it's scorching hot out and this wretched woman is following 10 feet behind me as I go, like ensuring I get rid of this awful. That's an old-timey term. So people from the past times, they use words like that. Yeah. And sure as shit, there's this older guy, 60s or 70s. He's half in his truck with the door open, one leg out, foot on the pavement, passed out. I go over, I say something like, hello, excuse me, sir, are you okay? I get no response. I try again louder and nothing. His head sort of rolled to the side and I'm standing behind his truck, so I walk up and decide to give him a shake. Oh, to wake him up. I shake him by the shoulder gently, then a bit harder as he doesn't respond. Now I'm next to him and finally get a closer look and see his face and his eyes are wide open. His jaw's hanging down. Oh, what a joy. His jaw's hanging down and I'm shocked and I step back. And as I do, he proceeds to fall out of the fucking vehicle right onto me. I panic, like bugged the fuck out, desperately trying to push his very stiff, very heavy corpse back into a seated position. Amazing. And I give up and proceed to completely lose my shit. I jump back as he flops to the pavement. You should be a writer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's something that you thought about.
Yeah.
Not flops.
Not at all. So the body flops.
His body was a flop.
So that body flopped onto the pavement.
Body flop.
His right leg still stuck inside the cabin. Oh, so he death dropped literally.
This is so undignified.
His vacant, dead eyes glaring at me. And I start saying, he's dead, he's dead, he's dead, over and over. And I leave him there in a panic, with the annoying lady still there, I think. And I run into the store, and in front of my entire department, the customers and my bosses, I yell, there's a dead man in the parking lot at full volume, and all hell breaks loose. Everything afterwards foggy. I did get gently reprimanded for causing a debacle.
A debacle.
Not a demerit for a debacle. Not a debacle demerit. That's crazy.
I had to work the rest of my shift, which I shook and wept through. Oh my God, can you imagine going into a grocery store and seeing a man at a podium crying?
Shaking and weeping.
Can I say something? Is something wrong with me? Because if I saw a dead man in the parking lot at work, I wouldn't be shaking after. I think I'd be, you know.
I'd be like,
It's my
this.
dream.
If there's ever an excuse for me to leave early, it's
Oh,
this.
yeah. I might leave or I'd be like, damn, that's crazy.
I would immediately get on TikTok Live.
With the body?
I'd say, Galaxy, we need a galaxy. He'll come back to life. We need a
Weekend
galaxy.
at Bernie's. Yeah.
Okay. Ba. I shook and wept. The guy had just left our pharmacy and picked up his heart medication a day late and never got to take it, causing him to have a heart attack. No. As if this weren't enough, the cops came and roped off the truck, but it being a Sunday, could not move his corpse until the coroner could arrive and establish that this poor dead man was in fact dead. Nobody could touch or move him, so he laid there
For a day?
sizzling on the pavement. His one leg still caught dangling there in the August afternoon heat for hours.
I would have pulled it. You have to pull his leg out of the car because he's not going to cook evenly.
Yeah, you want to lose all that good leg
You're
meat?
going to lose all that good meat because that's going to be raw. The rest of his body's going to be overcooked and dry. That's messed up.
That's
Okay, I'm
fucked.
changing this to a fail. That was
Nobody
disturbing.
could touch or
Sorry.
move him, so he laid there sizzling, his one leg dangling, blah, blah, being gawked at by passerbys until the coroner finally came around dinner time. So yeah, this was that time I found a dead guy at work. Hope y'all enjoyed.
Can you guys cut out that part I said about the body not being cooked evenly?
No, I was joking.
No,
Okay.
we're actually
No,
going
it
to
seems like you
start.
guys
We're
are-
going to start the episode.
That's
with
the
that.
title of the episode.
That's the title of the episode, yeah. So yeah, this was the time I found dead body work. Hope y'all enjoyed, and I hope you enjoyed it more than he. I hope you enjoyed. His writing is so fucking
It's
good.
really good. Debacle,
I hope y'all enjoyed
please.
hearing it more than I enjoyed experiencing it. Love you, girlies.
Wow.
That's a really good story. I don't think I have a story that good.
Not dead related. You don't have anything dead related like that.
Besides
I
your
don't think I have a
grandma.
story in general that's as good as that.
That's
Really?
not true.
That's a really good. You guys have a story that's better than there was a dead man in the parking lot?
Yes. I've seen a lot of dead bodies, and I never did it. Like Jessica Fletcher on Murder, She Wrote, which is a reference I don't get because I'm 28.
Yeah.
People die around me, but I didn't do it.
Right.
Do you understand?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Jessica Fletcher on Murder, She Wrote.
You know her full name?
Yeah.
Do you watch the show?
You just said it, Mama.
Oh, I thought I said JB.
No.
Fuck. Never mind. We're 28 and we don't get the reference.
Listen,
What?
before we go, we do always do a segment where I share my pee.
Okay.
And
So
today,
open up. Open your
give me that cup. The P today stands for Princess Penelope in honor of your late great testicle rat.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
I gave her away, so I don't
Yeah.
know when or how she died, but I'm sure it was horrific.
she's biding her time in the sewers, building up muscle mass.
She would be 25 years old.
That's beautiful.
Rats have been
'Cause
around
I was
for
3. 'Cause I'm 3
Rats
when I had
and trans people have been around since the dawn of time.
I don't think that that's the serve you think it is,
And they
babe.
both arrived by hiding away in the cargo holds of ships.
Trans Day of Visibility
They're both
at
terrified
time
of
of
owls.
filming.
Oh, sorry. Yes, we need to finish on the positive trans of it all. We see you,
Thank you.
but most importantly, do you feel seen?
I feel seen and hopefully I feel heard by following us at IMHO, wherever you get your podcast, IMHO the show, liking and subscribing.
But not IMO the podcast. That is Michelle Obama's new podcast.
no, and we're in talks with her. So
We
don't
are in
worry.
talks. Yeah. Not to like change our names, just to start doing episodes together.
Yeah. Vinny, thank you so much for joining us. This has been so fun. Do you have anything you want to say?
No, thank you guys so much for having me. This was so nice. What a treat.
You're very funny.
Oh.
And I
You're
really
very
believe
funny.
I believe you are in the future of the comedy, okay?
Okay.
And I say that
Yeah.
with all of my chest.
I can't.
Well, don't look at
There's
it.
nothing there.
There may be something there that wasn't there before.
Okay. All right. I think the straps just broke. Here we go. Thank you so much, Vinny. At Vin_A, wherever you follow people.
You ever met Vin Diesel?
No.
Oh.
But I wonder about him.
Not yet. Maybe he's the dead body you'll see
You think
in
I'm
the
going to get
grocery
there?
store.
I'm going to be in Fast and Furious.
The dead body wasn't in the grocery store. It was sizzling on the pavement
didn't let me
outside.
finish.
Could you imagine if Fast and Furious, they like drive through WeHo or something and I'm like at Hamburger Mary's and I'm like waving and that's how I meet Vin
You know,
Diesel.
you need to be in the middle, like a car race in a 50s movie. You need to be in the middle of the street with flags. And you need to be like,
the flag girl.
yes! And you need to be
Remember
in
the
short
flag
shorts.
girl in Greece was 60?
They were all 60.
Why was that?
Wow.
They lived so hard.
Chacha Di Gregorio.
Yeah.
Cha-Cha Di Gregorio.
That's her name.
Cha-Cha Di Gregorio.
Chacha Di
No one
Gregorio, the
has
best
names
dancer
anymore.
at St. Bernadette.
No one has names
She looked
anymore.
like she ate a lot of meat.
Everyone's named Frank.
All right, bye.
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 Factual opinion. IMHO.